Hi, I am Doug with Re-Crete Concrete Staining. You can check out our website at thestainingguide.com. Today we are going to be demonstrating the proper way to wax a stained concrete floor. It can also be used on waxing hardwood floors or tile floors. We're going to be using two very simple products. One is your standard garden watering can, and the other is a Padco heavyweight waxing wand. Padco makes the waxing wand in multiple sizes, everything from a 12-inch all the way up to the 30-inch, which is what we're going to use on this project. Depending on the size of your project, we're currently doing a 5,000 square foot warehouse space that using a 30-inch will make it much quicker. Today we're going to be applying an acrylic floor finish to this floor. Many years ago, wax was used to protect the floor. The purpose of an acrylic floor finish is not to make your floor shiny. That's a byproduct. Its purpose is to protect the sealer. The sealer protects the color. In this particular case, we're going to be using a matte finish wax. One of the more current trends is matte over a shiny gloss floor. In a warehouse type situation like this, where there's a high volume of traffic and scuff marks are going to be more noticeable, a matte finish might be more applicable to your use. Today's product we're using is Chem-Coat Industries Acrylic Floor Finish 5000. You will be able to order that material from them at this number. We're now going to be applying a ribbon of acrylic floor finish along the wall. You want to keep it a little bit of ways to keep from splashing it up on the wall. To start this off with, your waxing wand is going to need to be dampened. Just pick up a little bit of material, start in a corner, and just skim it along. Now when you're applying the wax matte finish, the wet version will look very shiny. After it dries, it will matte out. Here we had a little bit of extra material. We can just reach out, using the weight of the wand, hold it out. As you noticed, I'm just using the weight of the bar to apply this. Always puts down just enough. Nice clean finish. A frequent question I get is, how long does it take before someone can walk on this floor? Floor finishes dry to where it's walkable in about 2 hours. Hot summer, it could dry in as short a time as 20 minutes. Winter time, 2+ hours. It all depends on your environment. High humidity will make it last longer. Another question, when applying the floor finish, can you just stop at any point? Find a place where you can stop in a defined line, because you don't want it to have any overlap lines. Basically keep it wet on wet, get your project done, go from there. If it does dry, it's not a big problem, but perfect finishes tend to come out when you have wet on wet. Another point that you might want to take into consideration is always have a second person, one to pour your liquid out as well as a spotter, because what's very easy to do is when you are waxing your floor is missing a spot. Your spotter sees it because they're in a different angle. You come back, go over it, everything looks good. This is another reason why I use a telescoping pole, is because I can come in along the wall and don't have to walk on the wax. One of the things you need to be mindful of is pieces of debris that may float in the air and settle on your floor. You want to get them while the floor wax is still wet so it does not bond. If you try to take it off, you could sometimes damage the finish, and it won't be the finish you want. Another point to be mindful of is divots in your concrete. If you do have divots, make sure that you have a little rag with you so that you can dry out that divot a little bit with the wax. Either that or the wax will not cure out on the bottom and it will turn white. Just wipe it out a little bit so it's still got a nice shine to it, and you'll be in great shape. As I said earlier, we are using the Chem-Coat waxing system. It consists of a heavyweight bar, comes in multiple sizes, everything from 12-inch to 30-inch. Depending on what your application is. If you're a homeowner, probably want to work in the 12 to 18-inch size so that you can get into the small rooms like bathrooms, kitchens, that type of thing. If you're a contractor, you may go with the 30-inch so that you can cover much larger areas quicker, easier, and smoother. As you are ending up your waxing process, be very mindful of the amount of material you put down. Instead of a ribbon, you may be making plate-size puddles, or smaller, depending on how much, because you do not want to have to try to pull wax up after you've got too much down. If you do, take it out into the areas that have already been waxed, but try to avoid it by going with smaller and smaller amounts. This easy method will protect your investment for years to come. Thank you. Thank you for watching our video. I'm Doug with Re-Crete Concrete Staining. Come visit us at our website, thestainingguy.com.